friends! Welcome back to Mental Health Matters, where positivity, education, and normalization is our priority. I miss y'all so much, man. I have so many details to tell y'all about everything I have been up to these past couple of months, but I am back. I will wait to put that at the end of the video. I just want to jump right in and talk about self-esteem. As you can see by the title today, this video is very personal to me. I may not look like I struggle with self-esteem. I can hide it pretty well because of my bubbly personality, and I'm very sociable. It's one of my best skills. I don't really have to try. So it's something that I hide, but you know, it's something that I struggle with, just like so many other people in this world. So I wanted to make this video to help you. You know, I kind of made it for myself to help myself, and I'm like, bro, I should definitely help other people with this. So stay tuned on how to learn how to help yourself with your self-esteem. I'm going to give you 5 tips to help with your self-esteem. Now you pick and choose whichever ones that sound interesting that you want to at least try. These are all optional, obviously, but I want you to at least try to help and do something with your self-esteem. I think the biggest thing to remember is that you can do something about it. You don't come out of the womb hating yourself. That's just not a thing. And so the same way that you kind of formulated this negative way to think about yourself, you can change it. So here are 5 tips to help with that. Number 1, recognize that the negative voice in your head is not yours. Someone wise taught me that your first thought isn't really you, it's your second thought. So you have to learn how to essentially course correct yourself. So when you catch yourself thinking something negative about yourself, you take a second. So that's the first thought, but then you take that second thought and you're like, hold up. Do I actually really think that about myself, or do I not? Basically, you're recognizing that negative voice and then you're questioning it. You're going to be like, no, I don't think that about myself. I don't think that I'm fat. I think that I'm healthy, but I can work on being better. You see how different that is than just calling yourself fat? So learn to recognize that negative voice and course correct. Change it. You're not your first thought. You are your second thought. Number 2, learn what your triggers are. So for me, mine is social media. I don't know why, but I could be having the greatest day ever. I could be in a good mood, and then particularly Instagram. Facebook, I'm okay with. Snapchat is my fave. Twitter, I'm not on it that much, but Twitter's cool. It's really Instagram, and I don't know what it is, but I can be on everything else and I'm totally fine. And then I get on Instagram and all of a sudden I'm garbage on the street. I kid you not. It'll make me cry and everything. But I've recognized that within myself. So what did I do? I adjusted. I turned off my notifications for everything, actually, not even just Instagram. I go on my favorite social media outlets instead of Instagram. I also limit how much time I'm on Instagram. So I'll go on there, but I'm paying attention to myself. There's like this feeling that I get. It's like a switch where I'm okay one minute and then I'm not the next. And so I'm paying attention to myself. And when I feel that, I'm switching. I'm off. I'm on Snapchat to make me feel better. I don't know why. Snap is my favorite. But I noticed that within myself, so I adjusted. So learn what your triggers are and adjust. Number 3, if you don't like it, change it. It's important to remember that you are not powerless in this situation. Whatever you're feeling insecure about, you can work on and change. For me, for example, sometimes I struggle with body image. Sometimes I think that I'm fatter than I actually am, or that I need to tone up more. And so instead of sitting in those feelings and dwelling and woe is me and feeling bad about myself, I do something about it. I start eating better, I start exercising, and even though I'm not seeing results immediately, I'm already starting to feel better about myself because I'm moving, because I'm working towards bettering myself and feeling better about me. And so if there's something that you feel insecure about, maybe you don't like your job, maybe you don't like what you're studying in school, maybe you don't like your stomach or your butt, whatever it is, you can work on changing it. Now obviously there's some things about ourselves that we can't change. For example, I have, and it's freaking hereditary, so thanks mom and dad, but I have these hyperpigmentation, these rings around my eyes. They're natural. They've been there my entire life. Now, can I change that? No. There's like lightening creams and crap, but it's hereditary. It's going to be there forever. And so what do? I work with it. I put makeup on if I'm not wearing glasses. If I'm wearing glasses, I feel good because people can't really see them like that. I'll pick out cute glasses. I'm working with what I have. I can't necessarily change it, but I'm working with it. So if you can change it, absolutely change it. You have the power to do it. But if you can't, work with it. Number 4, build yourself up. This is a big one, okay? Because we do a horrible job at building ourselves up. We do a great job at tearing ourselves down. What we do is we talk so badly about ourselves. We say things about ourselves that we would never, ever say to other people. And it's pretty horrible how we talk to ourselves. So instead of doing a great job with tearing yourself down, do the opposite. Start to build yourself up. You can do so many things with this, but I'll just give you a couple of ideas. Every morning when you're brushing your teeth, because I'm assuming you brush your teeth every day, look in the mirror and tell yourself 3 things you like about yourself. It does not have to be physical. Emphasis on that. It can be anything you like about yourself. It could be, I'm having a great hair day today. I love that I'm a great dog mom. And I love my relationship with God. One of those things were physical. The other 2 were personality traits and something that I like about myself. So it does not have to be physical, but by doing that, you're building yourself up. And it sounds silly. It's like, why would I look in the mirror and do that? Because if you're not going to affirm yourself and start believing in yourself, then who will? You have to do it. You have to start somewhere. And by doing that, you start to build a habit. The same way that we had to make brushing our teeth a habit, you can start making positive affirmations a habit too. And remember this, you are you for a reason. If you wanted to be like everybody else, if we're being honest, we would lose your brightness that you bring into the world. So embrace your interests, embrace your talents, embrace what you love to do because that makes you you. So build yourself up. Say those affirmations in the mirror. Number 5. This is my favorite one, but it's also optional. Keep that in mind. Pray about it. You may not be religious or spiritual, but for me, it is everything. God knows you inside and out. He knows your insecurities and your struggles. He knows you better than you know yourself. And so anytime I'm feeling bad about myself, I turn to Him and I pray about it, and I tell myself that I am the way I am because I am made in God's image. He made me who I'm supposed to be. And sometimes I forget that because everybody's flexing on Instagram and everything else, and I start to compare myself. How come I'm not like them? How come I'm not like that? And so praying really gives me peace. So if you're not religious, journal about it. Self-reflection can be huge with self-esteem because you have to realize, first and foremost, what's affecting it, what's making it worse, what's triggering it. And so you can only go so far if you're not self-reflecting about it. So journal. Talk to somebody you love about it. Talk to your friends. Oh my goodness, my friends. Especially one in particular. She basically does therapy on me. And I love her so much for it. But even the other day, I was struggling with something personal, and I went and saw her, and she told me all these freaking things about myself that I didn't even realize because she sees me differently than I see myself. So if you're questioning yourself, go to your support system. Go to the people that know you best, and I bet you they can change your perspective on how you see yourself. I hope those were helpful. I hope you take away something from this video. If you have any questions, any suggestions for anyone else, put that in the comments. Remember that this is a lifelong journey. You're gonna have peaks and valleys. You're gonna have times where you feel great about yourself and other times where you feel like garbage. That's just life. But the more you build your toolbox, the better you can handle it on those valleys. Cool? Cool? Cool. Okay, now, as far as my hiatus, so many things have happened. I have moved. That's why my background is different. I'm working on it. I know it's plain. Don't come for me. Working on it. So I moved. I'm also starting a new job. So I'm like in the middle of finishing the old one, starting a new one. I'm also doing another thing on the side. I'm not going to announce that yet, but I'm so excited about that. I may be going back to school. Like what? I have 2 degrees already, but I'm really interested in this thing. I'm not sure if I'm doing it yet 100%, but I think if I did, I would definitely tie it into mental health matters. I'm not entirely sure yet, so that's why I'm not saying what it is yet, but I'll tell y'all once I know what I'm doing. My mom opened up her shop in Indiana. Like, that was a whole thing too. I even took time off work to go be there with her and celebrate with her. So there's been so many life things that have just been happening that I really haven't had time for this. But I am back better than ever, and I'm always looking for suggestions, questions. Remember that learning about your mental health is something that everyone goes through. It's a lifelong journey, so no question is a dumb question. Put those comments in the comments down below. Put those questions in the comments down below, and I will make a video about it if I get enough questions. I haven't gotten that many so far. That's okay. Eventually, when I get enough questions, I'll make a video about answering those. Alright friends, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and you will see me on my next one. Bye!